Facebook. Let's go live other places. Let's go. All right. Hello, hi, gigpreneur. What's going on? Welcome. Happy Monday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, and I help folks just like you make a little extra money on the side using social media. What's going on? Welcome. Been a crazy busy day. We are starting our Black Friday deals starting tomorrow, which is awesomeness. Some companies, most companies this time of the year for November and December don't do really a lot of volume. They actually go down in volume. We, on the other hand, we have been known to increase our volume every single year. Excuse me. Welcome. As you're joining me live, let me know you are here. We would love to know who's here, who's not. Mosk, how are you, brother? Good to see you. It's a diary rift. I think I ruined that name. Sandy, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. As you're joining me live, let me know you're here. Where are you tuning in from? I'm from Southern California. So, Scooter, what's up? Sylvia, welcome. GG, what's good? Ellen, how are you? All right, let's get into it. Scott, what is good? All right. For those of you who are new to my channel, if you're not following me, come on now, let's go. Follow me. I'll be the first one to tell you how amazing I am. We are live on all channels. If you're following me on one, you may want to hop on and follow me on other ones as well. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, Threads. Let's go. And it's all with Sidekick Sean. That's great, Michael. I'd love to see you here, man. Glad that you made it. Hopefully since it's your first time, it won't be your last time. You know what I mean? So tonight I want to talk about this statement that people, I talk to people every day, and I ask them if they're open to taking a look at, a side business or to create some extra income on the side. So I talk to people during the day, pretty much not like talk, maybe text or chat. Once in a while we get on the phone and chat. What's good, Andy? Hey, I was going to text you and I didn't, but we are starting our Black Friday sales tomorrow. So we're just going to go gung-ho. It's probably not, I'll text you. I'll tell you when we can hop on the phone and chat. But yeah, it's I'm going to focus on that for now a little bit. Dolphin Duet. Hey, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Cryptic Kitty. I'm thinking that's crypto. Fat Man Leon Joe. What? That's awesome. Some of you guys with the names on TikTok, it's awesome. I got to be careful when I announce it. So, I talk to people all the time, and they, I say, hey, are you open to taking a look? Maybe you want to make some extra money on the side. Hey, during the holidays, maybe you want to have some write-offs, And normally what I get, okay, now you want to be truthful with yourself. Okay, so you're probably one of the ones that says this, and I want you to be truthful with yourself, right? And it's thank you, and it's that, of course, I want to make some extra money. Who doesn't? Who wouldn't want to make some extra money? And I'll tell you what, that is one of the worst statements that you can repeat. I'll say it again. That's one of the worst things you can say to yourself. Absolute worst things. You literally are going to shoot yourself in the foot. And I'll tell you why. Okay. Let's say, I'll give you an example. Let's say, now, some of you know, if you're new to my channel, then welcome. Follow me. Yeah, I'm pretty awesome. But if you're new, I'll tell you this. I've had 38 jobs in 10 different industries. And I've been in the mortgage industry for 19 years, 24 years in the corporate world. So I feel like I can talk about jobs and stuff like that. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. So, Monica, how are you? Oh, since 19 years old. Well, it depends. Are you like 22 now, or depends how old you are now. Yeah. So I've been the mortgage guy or corporate guy. I've kind of done a lot of things. I talked about this actually last night pretty extensively. 30 years. Okay, 20 years. Not too bad. That would be yeah. That would qualify you as an expert. So one of the worst things you can tell yourself is everybody wants to make some extra money. Who doesn't? Of course, I want to make some extra money. I'll give you this example. I used to, when I was in corporate, I was responsible for bringing some folks on board or getting them off board. So I was responsible for hiring and letting them go. If you ever worked, I don't like to say for, but if you ever worked with me in an office, you have definitely experienced and witnessed how I run my show, right? In the corporate world, it's a doggy world. And so I used to say I train wolves, right? So if you were to come to my interview and I said, so you want this job, huh? Pays pretty good. You want this job? If the person told me, of course I want this job. Who wouldn't want this job? Everybody's got bills. I got to pay my bills. Of course I want this job. If somebody said that to me, I would never hire them. Ever. I don't care what their resume says. Besides, me personally, as a recruiter, resumes don't mean anything to me because I can make myself look amazing on paper. It doesn't mean anything, nothing to me, literally nothing. Like you can have the most amazing resume on the planet Earth. If you can't have a decent conversation, what good is that? Like I don't want that. So if you ever came to me and said, "Oh, who doesn't want this job? Everybody wants a job. I mean, things are so expensive. Of course I want a job." It's like, good. You know what? I'm the worst person to talk about education with because, yeah, don't get me started with that. So if you ever, for example, let's flip the table. Let's say you're the employer, and you're asking me, "Hey, what should I hire you? Because I need this job. Like everybody needs a job. Things are expensive. Like I gotta get this job." It's like, what? What does that mean? Like, you want this job? Oh, everybody wants a job. Things are expensive. I gotta pay my bills. So that makes like zero sense to me. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense to you, but it literally makes zero sense to me. Like if somebody spoke that to me, I'd be like, "Are you speaking English or are you speaking like Swahili? What are you talking about? What does that mean?" That's what I would tell them. If I ask somebody, hey, do you want to make some extra money on the side? Do you want to have an extra side income? Of course I do. Everybody does. Who doesn't? It's like, what? Like, what does that mean? Like, what the heck does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Please explain that to me. Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't understand what that means. Of course, everybody does. Who doesn't? Of course. Like, what does that mean? Like, how does what like what how do you fit in there? Like, if you were to ask me, hey, do you want to make some extra money on the side? I'd be telling you, well, what does it take? What do I got to do? What do I got to do, and how much do I get paid? See, I am powerful enough. I am postured enough to be able to tell somebody, no, that's not for me, instead of running away and coming up with these dumb comebacks. Everybody wants to make money. Well, then why don't they? Have you ever asked that question? Since everybody wants to make some money, why don't they? Last night, if you joined me, I told you I'm very direct. I don't sugarcoat stuff. If you come to me, I'm not one of those that say, oh, I know everybody wants to make money. That's wonderful. I know. I'm not that guy. There's people like that. It's not me. I'd be like, don't give me some dumb answer. I asked you, why do you want to make some extra money? The answer is not, everybody wants to make some money. Things are getting expensive. Oh my goodness. That's not the answer. The answer is, I want to make some extra money because I'm short $300 every month. That's why. I want to make some extra money because I want to have some extra money for Christmas. I don't want to go to my credit cards. I want to make some extra money because I don't want to get a second job. I want to make some extra money on the side using my phone at home because I don't want to get in a freaking truck and drive for Amazon. I want to make some extra money because I want to buy some extra gifts for my kids this year. Where did you hear in there, everybody wants to make money? Of course I want to make some money. The more you tell that to yourself, you'll never make extra money. You know why? Because you're in the air. You don't even know why you want this job. You're like, everybody wants a job. Not everybody. I don't want a job. I've had 38 of them. The last one laid me off. Why the heck would I want another one? You don't catch yourself when you talk like this. And then you say, well, why am I? Oh my. I didn't ask why everybody wants to make money. I was very specific. I said, why do you want to make some extra money? Well, everybody wants to make. Again, we're not talking about everybody. Let's come back to earth because we don't know what everybody wants. If you knew what everybody wants, then you'd be a very wealthy person, wouldn't you? If you could predict what everybody wants, wouldn't you be very wealthy? I would think so. So stop saying everybody, because you don't know everybody. You know why? Because you don't even know what you want. You don't even know what you want, and then you say everybody wants. It's like, whoa, hold up. You know what you want before you jump like across the planet Earth and just like say everybody wants. I just asked you why you want to make some extra money, and you couldn't give me one answer. You couldn't even say, you know what, because I'm short $300 every month. I like to make an extra $300. I hate getting another job. Then I have costs, like I have to pay for gas, and I have to pay for food, and I have to pay for this. I don't want to. You don't have those reasons, and yet you're like claiming that you know everybody, and everybody wants except you. So those of you who come in contact with me, those of you who might, I don't need extra money if you talk to me. I'm doing just fine. Perfect. And that is totally okay. See, that's a straight up answer. That's somebody who knows what they want and they don't want extra money. They're like, I'm fine. Okay. That's cool. Right? But when somebody says, everybody wants money, it's like, not everybody would just prove that Michael doesn't want extra money. So why would you say everybody does? Michael Scott doesn't. That's everyone minus one, right? So before you say before you like talk or respond to a question, pause for a second. See if that what you're about to say, see if that statement serves you well. You know, I talk to people, like I said, all day. Some people, a lot of people say, I'm not good in sales. Okay. Would you like me to play the violin for you right now? Or what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to dance? What, you want me to give you an award because you suck at sales? According to you, because I don't even know you. You're telling me that. So but that's like the first thing you say to someone? Like, I'm not good in sales? Well, here's a recipe for that. Get good. Get good. You're not good in sales? Great. How's that been serving you? Michael Scott, I talked about this last night, but I'll give you this since you brought up God. I read the Bible every day, right? And I challenge you to tell me, to find me a scripture here that says, I want you to make enough for yourself. I want you to make enough so that you pay your bills and you live a comfortable life. I want you to find that scripture and give that to me. I'll challenge you. It doesn't say that. It says, find a way to help the many. Because if you only are, remember the parable of the talents? What happened to the person that got 5 talents and didn't do anything with them? They just took care of themselves. Did God say, oh, good job. You know, you did such a good job at doing nothing, providing for yourself. So I'm going to reward you. That's not what he did. He took that away. He said, what did you do with this talent? You didn't expand on the kingdom? I gave you a talent for a reason. If you can help one person, you can help 10 people. If you can help 10 people, you can help 100 people. Why put a limit on you? God didn't. God didn't. It says, find how many? How many? Does it say like find 3 people and help them? How many does it say to find and help? As many. Meaning go out there. As many. Not, oh, I work 9 to 5 and I help 3 people a month and I help. That's not what this says. If you're going to go with this, now you can go otherwise. That's totally cool. I'm not saying that's bad, right? But this does not say that. Scripture says find what? As many. Find a way to help as many as you can possibly help. And it says to use worldly wealth. It says that. To use worldly wealth, not heavenly, here on earth. Worldly wealth to gain respect and friendship. Now, do people use it as greed? Yeah. But are there people that are donating like crazy? The owner of Hobby Lobby donates 50% of his profit. I think I read somewhere, don't quote me on this, on the number, but I think this year he's about to donate $80 million. So you tell me, should he have stopped at like $10,000 and said, well, I help enough. I can run that argument all day. If you make 200,000 a year and you could make 300, you're selfish. You're hiding the talents. You're not using all the talents. That's true. So many people have not read the Bible. I was one of them. You know what I mean? I was one of them. But you know what the cool thing is? It's like there's so much stuff in here. Like you could use everywhere. You know what I mean? Like this is so cool. Like you can read stuff in here and you're like, you don't even have to be a Christian. I'll tell you this. So at church, I don't know how we got to this conversation, but a church is known to welcome more non-Christians than any other religious house. Like you don't find as many non-Muslim people in a mosque. You don't find as many as non-Jewish people in a synagogue. You just don't. But when you go to a church, there's so many people there that are not even Christian. That was awesome. But I remember all the great lessons. Yeah, it's just like really good stuff. Like, don't look at it like, oh my God, this is like, just read some of this. This is the only place where you can really have like a relationship. You can have like a conversation with God, and there's a place in the Bible that says, "I live in you," right? I'm in you, and you don't find that anywhere else. You don't find that anywhere else. That's the Holy Spirit, right? Yeah, that was awesome, man. Wait, but what is the context? Well, if you look at the church as a business, that is the most successful and the longest running business establishment ever. Like churches all around the world, throughout the history. Bible is the best selling book of all time. It outsells everything for years. Right? Isn't that crazy? Like when you think about this stuff, it's crazy. Right? So there's some good stuff in there, and you can challenge a lot of stuff through the book, which is sometimes not fun because it's like selling or reading. Selling. It's the best selling book of all time, because this sells all the time everywhere. And it doesn't have to, like, you sell 3 here, 5 there, 10 there, 11 here, 15 there. And this is all around the world, everywhere. And for years, you got to consider how long this has been in business, right? This is the longest running book. And I said this last night. Again, I'll argue this if you really want to. But Jesus was a network marketer, the best in the world. He was the first. You don't believe me? He recruited 12 people. He didn't? I think so. He recruited 12 people. One of them sucked. What did he sell? Salvation. It wasn't in a box. He sold you the dream that you go through me, you're good. Absolutely. Why wouldn't God be okay with that? It tells you here, find a way to help as many people as you can. How else would you be able to help as many as people you can? But money for this world? Absolutely. So in I think it's in the book of Matthews, that says, use worldly possession to gain respect and friends. Worldly. Why? Because, see, here's the reason why. God doesn't want you poor. People think that. People think God wants you poor. Just doesn't want you overtaken by wealth. Big difference. He doesn't want you poor. Why? Because all he's done is created abundance. He's telling you there's plenty for everybody. He tells you that. He goes, you ask, I give you without reproach and generously. Right? So people get possessed by it, right? But here's the thing. He doesn't want you poor. Why? Because use worldly possession to gain friends and respect. Why? Because when you live a good life, people are going to ask you what? What is it that you do? How do you do it? Now, you could live a life of lessons, lesson after lesson, lesson after lesson, or you can live a life of examples, right? You have a professional business, you help as much as you possibly can, you live a good, comfortable life. You're the lender, not the borrower. You're the giver, not the taker. I helped somebody today I was just walking outside, and where I live is kind of confusing. Like, the buildings and stuff. If you don't live here, you get lost. So I was just walking outside, and this guy pulled up, and he had a bag, and it looked like he was delivering food to somebody, right? And he was lost. He was lost. He was looking at the map. He's all like, so I said, where are you going? He goes, I'm trying to go to building 1. And I said, this is building 26. Like, you're a little far. You're like, not even close. You got to go this way, and then you get to building 1. And he said, okay, thank you. He got in the car and he left. So I kind of walked around, and I got back to building 1 where he was supposed to be. I kind of cut through, obviously, not through the parking. And I saw him getting into his car. He had delivered the food. And I said, oh, you found it. And he said, thank you for being so kind. And I thought that was so cool. And I had my cross outside, and he looked. I didn't say anything, but like I delivered that in a like a weird way. I didn't even think about it though. Right? So you can live like that. You can, hey, somebody's going through a hard time. You can pull them aside and say, hey, listen, is there something you want me to pray for you? That's no pushing anything. I talked a couple of weeks ago. I talked about how people get church hurt. I was church hurt. I switched my church because of that, right? So we can live that life. We can be that person that, hey, listen, people can point to and say, oh, he's got some, what I like to refer to as MVPs, your morals, your values, your principles, right? You're particular with choosing each one, right? I'm putting one in each column or category, if you would, and you're solid with them, right? So I encourage you. If you're doing well, do great. If you're doing great, do excellent. And there's always an upgrade, especially in us. We have so many different things we can work on ourselves. Personally, myself, I'm a work in progress all day, every day. So, and I believe that the stuff that we go through, it's not like we go through because he's beating us up. I truly believe that we don't get restricted, we get redirected. So you may want to take a look at another door that's open instead of standing in front of the one that's shut, closing your face, right? So again, I asked permission last night to share this. Asked permission again to share. Is it okay for me to share a way that maybe you and I could work together? Possibly, it'd be kind of fun. You're probably thinking, I don't know, this guy's a little weird. True. I'm not gonna say no. Wait, hold on. No, I'm a little weird. Maybe a lot actually, but most of the time I'm pretty cool. So if you're open to that, if you and look, this whole talk was about this, right? If you really want to make something, don't hit me up and say everybody wants to make money, right? You're not gonna get like this from me. I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna set you up for success. We're grown adults, right? So I'm going to set you up for success. I'm not going to tell you like stuff that you just want to hear. That's not how I roll. So if you're open to that, if you really are considering, this is like the whole, I mean, come on, these two months is everything. If you really ever wanted to like set something up on the side, have some extra income, this is when people buy. So, you can make all the excuses you want, but this is Tanya. What's up? You can make all the excuses you want. I said all the time, somebody's excuses are the exact excuse as somebody else's reasons. That's just how it is. So you can make excuses all you want, but it's 2 months. I've seen people make some decent cash, So, and why not you? Why not I? Why not us? So if you're open to that, hit me up. We'll talk. I'll give you some info. You're a grown adult. You decide what you want to do, and then life goes on. I would love to. Here's the thing. I'm going to do this with or without you, obviously. It'd be kind of fun to do it with you. Like have a bunch of people, add to the team and grow. So if you're open to that, hit me up. We'll talk and we'll take it from there. And with that, hopefully you guys got some love. Maybe I was a little rough at first. Yeah, this is not that rough. You should have been in my mortgage broker shop. Man, I was rough then. Anyway, hopefully you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. Some of you have sent me a message and chat, have asked about the deals that are starting tomorrow with our Black Friday deals. I think I've gotten back to everybody, I hope. I know the doorbusters. I know everybody's going gung-ho about the doorbusters tomorrow. I know they're pretty cool. And so I will make sure I get back to everybody before I go to bed tonight. So, and with that, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you got to do. Spread the love, tag a couple people, let's go. And for those of you who are new, my followers, I will follow you back for sure after this live. And you can also follow me on different channels, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, everywhere. Up next, Baby Shark. Okay. And I am Sean Azimi with SidekickSean.com, and I help folks just like you, just like me, to make some extra money on the side using social media. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.